Hello everyone, let's talk about masculinity while I do my makeup, because nothing says being masculine like doing your makeup, am I right, ladies? So, first of all, I've got to pull my hair up because there's a lot of it and it's getting in my way. Obviously, this month it is Pride Month, and for those of you who don't know, you should probably, get out of this video, because, it's only getting gayer from here. Actually stay though, because I might educate some of you ignorant people, so I'm immediately overwhelmed. I definitely still have some makeup on my face from earlier today, because yes, I do wear makeup just every day now. I'm far too lazy to take it off though, so I wonder why my skin's so bad, and then I do stuff like this. So, this is gonna be like a mixture of here's my process, and then giving y'all some facts. So the first thing I'm going in here is with the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, in case you couldn't figure it out by the packaging. This is, I literally think it's just shade 200W. Also, sorry if I'm being quiet. It's late, it's like 10 o'clock, and people in my house are going to sleep because I still live with my family, and I'm the oldest, so, I stay up till midnight, everyone else goes to bed at a reasonable time. So I feel like before I really hit anything, I kind of have to hit some definitions. So this is pertaining to a characteristic of a man or men, having qualities traditionally associated with men as strength and boldness. So obviously that doesn't leave a lot up to interpretation. It really is just like, this is what it is, surprise. Girl, is you leaking? So I'm just literally putting this on my hand because I'm professional like that. And then just... Oh, I should probably get a mirror. Can you tell I didn't prepare for this? So, the definitions in there really don't leave a lot up to interpretation. They're pretty strong about, what they think. But, I kind of also want to point out one thing that they put as, things that are specifically attributed to the male gender, because that's something in on itself. I'm very big into history, specifically, ancient history, like ancient Greek, ancient Roman, all of that sort of stuff, ancient Egyptian. And one thing that I find really interesting in a lot of those is just how different they are from, how we are now. A lot of things that they did, or things that they considered to be masculine, are things that we now considered feminine. I mean, back in ancient Roman times, everyone, and I mean everyone, wore makeup, men, women, it didn't really matter. Additionally, almost everyone had their head shaved. So, everyone had their head shaved and everyone wore makeup. So they were pretty, crazy for the time, On top of that, I can't remember exactly where, but I was watching a documentary, and it said that for the time, they were actually really, equal in equality. I mean, all things considered, all you needed to, do to have gender equality back then was, treat women as human beings. So, that's not saying a lot, but I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty concealer. Fenty Beauty, isn't she cute? Honestly, this is the one I wear every day. I actually, and I'll get into that later, but I wear makeup every single day. And this is one of the ones that I use, under my eyes, because I'm looking a little sketch right now with just what I have on. Yeah, that's one thing, just seeing how things have changed, what, people in, ancient Egyptians, what they saw masculine and feminine are, nothing close to what we have now, or what we consider to be those things. They're very different in their opinions, and that, kind of shows that masculinity is not... It's a concept that humans created, and it changes depending on where you are. In modern times, masculinity is seen as, super tough and rugged, and sort of like a cowboy John Wayne sort of archetype? I don't know English, apparently. archetype, yes, sort of seen as the that archetype, but you know, in different time periods and even in different places around the world now, that's different and changing. You know, it's always changing. I know there are, it's something that I was talking about in a family science class that I was in. There are tribes in different parts of the world where the women are in charge. You know, they go out and they hunt and they, you know, pursue men, and the men stay home with the kids and they take care of the kids. So, you know, it's definitely very interesting even today to see how those things have changed and how they've evolved, because they've, you know, they have changed, they have evolved, and even in different places in the world they are entirely different and just completely, you know, nothing like how we would think that they are. And here's the brushes that I have. I have a full set. Don't ask me what the types, the names, anything like that are. They were a gift from a friend that we're not friends anymore, but a friend at the time. I don't know where she got them. They don't have any tags on them anywhere. They was just came like that. Now I am going to go in with this shade here called Java. Does it complement my skin? I think so. It's just the one that I've been using since I've started, so I assume. I have no jawbone, so it's very, very difficult for me to do this. That's one, you know, really interesting thing that has come out of this whole quarantine business, is probably the fact that I've really started doing makeup and actually getting into this sort of stuff, which I've wanted to do for a while. You know, I've had friends do my makeup in the past, and I've always loved it. I've always loved being able to get dolled up and look cute. So, you know, it's just kind of, I don't know, being able to do it myself, it's really freeing, honestly. It sometimes when I'm really stressed out, I'll just come home and, you know, play with makeup because it's fun. At the end of the day, that's really what it is it's so much fun, and I really do enjoy it. And that's something that, you know, I'm glad, especially in modern times, masculinity is changing more. You know, this is, you know, more men. I mean, some of the top makeup industry people in the world right now are men. You know, you have Jeffree Star, who owns a huge company. Like, he's absolutely insane. Then you also have James Charles, who's, you know, also doing pretty successful. Really gotta beat that in. Also, yes, I know I have a terrible technique. Do I care? No. I literally taught myself. You know, I could have been smart and watched YouTube videos and watched people do it, but instead, I taught myself how to do this stuff. So, if it's bad, that's why. I didn't have any help. I didn't have anyone help me or critique me. I decided I wanted to learn how to do it myself, so any of the techniques and the rules that I use are mine and mine alone. So, don't replicate this, kids. It's not good. Now I'm going into the shade Sand. I know, so original. On top of just like makeup being more of a male-dominated thing, I just realized I didn't shave. Oops. You know, it's also, movies are sort of starting to move away from the general tropes. You know, for a lot of times you had movies who had, you know, the main male lead and female lead. They were always sort of this very cookie cutter design. They were always very similar in the way that they made them and the way that they were portrayed and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, we're finally starting to get into the point where we're moving away from that, which is, you know, super nice. It's really refreshing to have a change. And probably one of my favorite examples is Newt Scamander from Fantastic Beasts. You know, he's not like the John Wayne character. He's kind and forgiving, and though his character does still come across as very masculine, it's also very feminine at the same time, you know? It's kind of a nice blend of the two. You know, he still has enough traits for him to be, you know, clearly a man, but he's, you know, caring and forgiving, and I mean, Hufflepuff. He's very much a Hufflepuff as a character, which, you know, for a long time, Hufflepuffs were considered the side character because, you know, no one wanted to see a lead who was caring and kind and forgiving and, you know, focused more on talking like a human being than, you know, fighting. People always wanted the characters who fought, the characters who were tough and macho. And, you know, Newt Scamander kind of brought that whole new thing in the end. I mean, they don't defeat the monster by blowing it up. Newt, you know, goes and says, hey, I understand you're scared, and I want to help you. I mean, it doesn't work, because then the big, tough, strong guy comes in and blows him up. But it's nice to finally have a change. Anyway, so, I don't know, that's something that I love, how masculinity is starting to change, which is great, because, you know, I'm very much like Newt Scamander. I mean, obviously, I'm a Hufflepuff, but to kind of see that change and become more mainstream, you know, it's not just the side character, is nice, even though apparently critics hate it. Critics can suck my ass because I loved it, and I love Newt, and first of all, he's hot as heck. Second of all, I love his character, I love his design arc, and it's just amazing. Love it so much. Also, the fat, weird side character gets the love interest. I mean, come on, iconic. Radiant to the gods. Yeah, my eyebrows are gross. Deal with it.
Deal with it. That should be your tagline.
I don't know, I have no idea like what this is, but every single girl I know has this. Loose face powder, so let's go in and set it. I always have hated the smell of this. It smells like old grandma's. What's crazy is stuff like that is what they just used to use. So that's another thing about being gay, is, and being, you know, into makeup, is I've started like getting more into the history of makeup. And makeup is crazy. Like, they used to just use loose face powder, because that was like the best thing that they had for, like, you know, foundation. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the eyeballs. I'm back. Ignore this eye. As you can see, it's a little messy, whereas this one is like, honestly, I really, this, and ignore this. Ignore this, and ignore whatever this is, but like, just that. Look how nice she is. And I don't think I told you, but this is the shade My Apology. I had to buy this. This was even before I started to really get into makeup that I bought this, just because it was so iconic and I knew I had to have it. Alright, now I'm going into Roller Lash from Benefit. This is one of the things that I actually can do, because I was in theater for a long time, and although there wasn't a lot of makeup I had to do in theater, one of the things that I had to do pretty frequently was my eyelashes. So this I've actually been doing for quite some time. Just realizing this is very splotchy, but hopefully you can't tell from that distance. Beautiful. We're not doing falsies because, honey, I can't even do eyeliner, okay? I just poked myself directly in the eyeball. That hurt. In case you're wondering what 2020's done for me, didn't even flinch, okay? Should we try doing some eyeliner? I don't know. Seems kind of risky. Let's do it last, just in case it doesn't work. I might have to go in, let's see how... That's pretty close of a shade, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is, let's see, it is my very cheap drugstore makeup, Berry Mischief, number 800. It's very late, I'm very tired, in case you can't tell. Ooh, I'm getting a little goofy, we're getting a little silly. Am I okay? Alright, this is going to be very difficult. I have very big lips. This is actually the first time I've used this. I don't know if any of you have seen, like, the Tron Uprising. There was a series on Disney XD called Tron Uprising, and this is how they always did the lip shading for the characters. I'm living for this color. It's a little crooked though. Kind of popped off. Messed up a little bit, as you can see. It's not perfect, but it's not awful either. That's one thing that I always knew, is that I'm really, really good at plum lipsticks. Anytime my friend did my makeup, I always went for a plum color because they always look so good with my complexion. In general, obviously, there's a lot that I need to work on. I'm actually going to go in with one more thing. Blush, and this is something that I use daily. As you can tell, it's already kind of starting to wear through, and my ring light is giving up on me, so we gotta make this fast. I don't know, I didn't talk as much about it as I thought I was going to, but in general, I just kind of wanted to address, masculinity. It's changed a lot, and I love how it's changed, and I love how it's becoming more open, and just gender in general is starting to open up a little more, and people are starting to become more accepting, and styles are tending to change more and grow more and move more, and I don't know, I just think it's amazing. I just think it's neat.
I just think they're neat.
Alright, let's try it, shall we? I already messed up. Oh, heck. Is it the best? No. Is it the worst? Also no. Except that, that's because I went like this. And I definitely destroyed it. Something's my eye. Alright everyone, well, I think that's the finished look. For only actively, like, practicing and doing makeup for like a month and a half, I don't think this is that bad. And hopefully we learned a little bit of stuff, that it's okay to wear makeup and do things that society considers feminine if you're masculine, if they make you happy and you appreciate them. Oh. And one more thing that I almost forgot, we are going in with Urban Decay's All-Nighter Setting Spray. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy this video, and of course, happy Pride Month to all of my lovely gay little clouds out there, that you are able to celebrate in all of the ways that you are able to, and if you are not able to be out and celebrate yet, girl, that's okay. Eventually it will happen, and you will be able to get all of those things that you want in your life. Another reminder that I guess seeing the makeup for me can, remind you that nobody starts out good. Everybody starts out bad. If you, are wanting to get into makeup, this is where I am after 2 months of doing makeup about once a week. So, not that good. Haven't gotten a lot better. So, just a reminder that, be yourself. Have a great rest of your Pride Month, and of course if you did like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more Pride-centered content, especially during this Pride Month, as well as a lot of other stuff. I do so much stuff on my channel. Also make sure to hit that bell notification, make sure that you are turning it on so that we get all notified when I make a video, as well as like, subscribe, all of that jazz. Probably said all of those things before, but yes, I do really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your Pride. Bye!